ranking every single starter Pokemon by their look. Charmander's B. Yeah, he's the first stage towards Charizard, but he's still a B. He's not that cool for me, looking wise. Charmeleon is A. He gets a little cooler than Charmander. Actually, scratch that. He's a lot cooler than Charmander, but he's not top tier for me. Charizard is top tier. I feel like his design is the most progressive in the best way. It only gets better. Squirtle's also B, kind of for the same reasons as Charmander. He's cool, he's classic, he just is missing something to put him up to the A tier. He's not that cool to look at. Wartortle is D. I hate the design of Wartortle. I just don't like it whatsoever. I've always thought about it this way. So let me put my Blastoise in first. So Blastoise is S. So I've always seen the Squirtle evolution chain like this. Squirtle is growing up. He decides one day in college, he's like, you know what? I want to try something. So he kisses his best friend, who's also a male Squirtle, right? They're kissing. And he's like, you know what? I like this. So he evolves into Wartortle, which is his gay phase. So he's like, you know what? And him and his best friend, you know, they're both the Wartortles now. They're hanging out. They're doing stuff. I'm not going to say what, it's pretty explicit. And then one day he's like, you know what? Actually, that was just a phase for me in college. I'm not going to do that anymore. And then he evolves into Blastoise, and then that's who he is. Bulbasaur is A for me. And I honestly didn't think about this until I started doing this video. He is the coolest looking out of the three first phase evolutions. He's, I know what, I'm not even gonna try to explain it because I'm just gonna fumble over my words. Ivysaur is also an A. You know what? Ivysaur is an S. Decided that right now. Ivysaur is an S for the main reason is he's cooler than Bulbasaur. That's the only reason. Venusaur is D, trash design, hate it. Chikorita is gonna be the first participant in the C tier. Worse than Charmander, but not as bad as Wartortle or Venusaur. So I'm gonna have to put it in the middle there. This one is Bayleaf, and I'm gonna have to throw this one in B because it's definitely cooler than Chikorita, but it's not as cool as Bulbasaur, which is where I've kind of set the standard for A. Meganium, is that, I don't know if that's how you say that. It's C as well for me. I mean, it just has a flower. Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is an A tier for me. He's cute. It works in game, especially. It's just very, very cool. I can't put Quilava above or below. I think that they're both kind of, it's a steady coolness factor. It just doesn't look worse or better than Cyndaquil. Honestly, it's the same for Typhlosion. It's kind of the same. And now I didn't pre-decide all of these tiers. I'm just going into it and looking at them now and making a decision because I've never had to make a decision based off their coolness before. So Typhlosion, honestly, the Cyndaquil line is just very steady, and it's cool. It's a very good line. It's just, there's no up or down. Totodile. Now, Totodile is probably gonna be S tier for me. Yeah. Croconaw is C. I think Totodile takes a huge step down. Got into some heavy drugs, got a mohawk, played in a band or two, who knows, and then eventually figured their shit out and became Feraligatr, which is S tier. Trico, the T-posing reptile, is a D tier for me. And yeah, it's ugly. It's just really ugly for me. Basically how I treat D tier is like, if there was a Pokemon in front of me and it had 1 HP, it was about to faint, and it was begging me, like on its knees, begging me for help, I would walk past it. That's how I think about D tier. It's just not appealing for me to, why would I save you? You know, it doesn't make sense. Grovyle is A tier. I mean, it's the coolest design out of the three of them. I mean, Sceptile's cool, but he's a B tier. You know, there's a little bit too much going on with Sceptile. I'm not a fan of the little nodes on the back. I'm not a fan of the tail. Sceptile's design is clean. He looks menacing. He looks like his leaves can come at you and like slice your throat if he wants to. Torchic is very cute, and this is based off of how they look, so I gotta put him S tier. He's very cute. He's got his one little leg. He's hopping around. I would save Torchic. I would give my life for a Torchic, you know what I mean? Combustion, where do I put you? C tier. Yeah, I'm not a fan of you. I'm just not. You're just a chicken, and I don't like it. You're just, honestly, if all Combuskins were put into KFC chicken, I wouldn't feel an ounce of sadness. Blaziken's also S tier. I mean, he's also a chicken, but he's a kung fu chicken. So there's a difference. Combuskin is getting there to be a kung fu chicken, but Blaziken is like, yeah. Mudkip is also very cute, but not as cute as Torchic. I gotta put him in A. Marshtomp is a C. Man, I'm not a fan of these middle evolutions sometimes. They're just utter dog shit. Swampert is a B. It's not doing it for me. It's not doing it for me, that design. This is where we enter kind of a more of a bias phase. I grew up on Gen 4. Okay? So hate me if you want in the comments, but I love Gen 4 designs. Not all of them, but I'll do my best to be fair. I was always a Chimchar guy, always. I have to put him in A tier only because if you look at Charmander and you look at Chimchar, there's just a lot more happening with Chimchar than Charmander. That's my main justification for putting Chimchar in A and keeping Charmander in B. Monferno though, I also really like, but I can't say that it's a better design than the OG Charmander. Actually, you know what? I can. I'm gonna put it in A. I'm actually considering putting Charmander down a level as well, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. Infernape is an S tier. The flaming hair, the gauntlets, the shoulders, the knee pads, the blue fingers, it's just, it works. Piplup is cute. I'll put him in B. I think Piplup is a decent middle of the row kind of Pokemon. Prinplup, don't talk to me. Die. Empoleon is a king. So I always called this guy Turtwig, but apparently it's called Turtwig. But I'm still gonna call him Turtwig because that's how I grew up saying him, and I don't give a shit. Turtwig is on the same level as Chimchar. Actually, I almost put him with Piplup, but no, it's Turtwig is the same as Chimchar for me. It's a very cool design. I don't want Grottle. Skip. Thank you. Next. Torterra, S tier. Now, I said I was going to be biased, but come on. If you have a differing opinion, please tell me, but the 3 final evolution stages of the Gen 4 era are damn near perfection. I stopped playing after Gen 4 until Sword and Shield, so I have to look up what the next Gen 5 starters are, because I don't remember. So it looks like Snivy is on there. And looking at this guy, D tier. Garbage. Don't like him. Servine is even worse. That's awful. I'm gonna have to add a new layer. Yeah, garbage level. Instant garbage. And then Superior. Now, at first glance, I thought that I was gonna hate this. I was gonna hate this Pokemon. But the more I look at it, the more I appreciate it. I think I can put it with C. I think I can put it with Marshtomp and them. I think that would line up. Tepig. Where's Tepig? This guy's pretty cute. He's similar to Piplup to me, the coolness level. I like his little tail a lot. Pignite. Ah, shit, man. I'm really torn between D and garbage. You know, I'm gonna put him in garbage because I don't know, man. I just get, when I look at him, I really just think of like a fat kid at a buffet, and the mom says like, no, you've had enough of like this cake or this whatever, and he throws a fit because he's also on the spectrum, and he just takes his clothes off at the restaurant because he's having a hard time. That's kind of what I when I see Pignite, that's kind of what I visualize, and I'm not into it. Emboar is cool, but would I place him at the same level as Tepig? No, I think he's better than Tepig. I think I would put him one above. Oshawott. I don't want to comment on it. It's just, I want to punch it in his face. That's instant reaction. Dewott. No. Samurott gets a little bit better than that, but I still don't like it. I just don't like it. What is with? Maybe this is why I stopped playing Pokemon after Gen 4. Okay, Gen 6, we got Chespin. Who's that? That's this guy? Oh, he's pretty cute. He's kind of nice. Does he got, is all those nails or does he have on Jordans? You know what? I kind of like him. I'll put him in C. Quilladin. This guy? Garbage. Garbage. And Chestnut is also garbage. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these Gen 5 and 6 Pokemon, honestly, what I'm looking at. Fennekin. Fennekin's cute. Instantly I want to put Fennekin in A tier, because that's a really nice Pokemon. That's a really nice design for a starter. Oof, that goes downhill pretty quickly though. Yeah, yeah. Froakie. That's this guy over here. Froakie's not bad, actually. Froakie's a pretty cool guy. I'll put him in C tier. Frogadier, I like the names, but he's worse. And then Greninja is S tier. Greninja is really cool. Greninja is like a peak design, I think. Rowlet is a very distinguished gentleman. I think he deserves S tier. He looks like he's about to try to convert you to Jehovah's Witness at your doorstep, but he's cool. Dartrix, just like he grew up to be emo or something. He's still kind of cool. I'll put him in B tier. I don't even know how to pronounce this last one. Decidueye. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I like the cloak. I like that he's wearing a cloak. I think that's a really cool touch. Litten. It's just a cat. It's just a cat, bro. It's just a cat. And then what is this? Torracat? Garbage. Do something more. Incineroar. I like the design. I like the wrestling vibe. Poplio. I think Poplio is the best out of the three. I think Poplio goes in C tier and the rest of them go into garbage. So this is where I came back into Pokemon. I stopped at Gen 4, didn't play any Pokemon, and then came back for Sword and Shield. So this one I actually played. And I gotta say, I chose Scorbunny as my first Pokemon, but honestly, because that's just because I like fire, but honestly, Grookey is A tier for me. I like monkeys, and I like when they're green, and it just works for me. So Grookey is A, Thwackey is B. He's still cool. He can whack the shit out of you with those two sticks, which I find pretty interesting. And then Rillaboom is S tier. I don't know. He looks so menacing. He looks like someone you'd actually want to throw out in a gym battle. He looked like you would actually, in real life, you would not get your shit pumped, and he would pump the shits. Scorbunny is very cute. I'll give him that. He's C tier for me. He's very cute. He's very nice, but he doesn't do it for me anymore. Raboot, on the other hand, is definitely A tier. That is a step up for sure. And then Cinderace is D tier. I was very disappointed. So when I first played it, I didn't look up what the evolutions looked like because I wanted to be surprised. And because it was my first Pokemon game since Gen 4, and I was very disappointed. I honestly really hated the final design, and I regretted my decision immediately. Sobble is nice. He's about the same as Scorbunny for me, but Drizzile is garbage, and Inteleon, whatever it is D tier. It's kind of the same thing. I think look-wise, the best evolution chain is the Grookey chain. It's just so cool. And the only other one is Raboot that looks pretty nice. Alright, so I played this game. I haven't even beat this game, but I started this game twice. And the first time I chose Fuecoco, and the second time I chose Quaxly. So I'm going to start with the Fuecoco line. I think Fuecoco is the best looking out of the first ones, so I'll probably put him around B tier. I know I said he's the best looking, but that doesn't mean the ceiling's very high. After that, it goes downhill. So Crocolore is just garbage. I hated playing with him, and then as soon as he evolved, same thing. I didn't look up what it looked like, and I was very not impressed. So I think both of those lines are just straight garbage. Quaxly is cool, but he's pretty plain. And then Quaxwell is a step up for sure. And then it kind of it plateaus there. And then Quaxly, is that what his name? Quaxly? I don't know, because I named mine like Gary or something, so I don't know what his actual name is. I put him in B. They kind of plateau. It just stays the same after that. This line, I don't give a shit about this line whatsoever. Sprigatito. He's a cute cat. I'll put him in C tier. Florigato is definitely a step up. And then Wowscarada is not as bad as that one. So I'll put it in D tier. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna look over this real quick. Okay, I'm making an adjustment here. I'm moving Decidueye into S tier. I'm moving Charmander down to C tier. I'm moving Groddle up to C tier. I'm moving this guy, I don't remember this one's name, down to garbage. And I'm gonna move Fuecoco down one, because I don't think that those designs are better than the Charmander one. But all the ones up here I do think are better than Charmander's design. And I think that's it. I think I'm happy with that, honestly. I know this is a very opinionated topic, so I'd be very interested to hear what you agree with and what you don't agree with. Anyway, yeah, that's very, that took me a long time and I'm sweating. So, take it easy. See ya.